Stalker, a brand new thriller film that is coming to on demand and also into select theaters on March the 31st. I got an early chance to check this film out, courtesy of Gravitas Ventures. Thank you guys for sending this screener over to me early. So is Stalker any good? Well, let's talk about it. Stalker is a thriller film and is about an actress who becomes trapped in an elevator with her stalker. The film stars Stuart Brennan, Bret Hart, Sophie Skelton, and was directed by Steve Johnson. Stalker, I knew nothing about this film. I do want to clarify that this film has nothing to do with the 1979 version. I have heard rumblings about that film and I had never heard of it, so I just wanted to clarify that this film has nothing to do with that. It's no direct sequel. It's its own film and it was made in 2022. So this film, it really centralizes on two characters. You have a man and a woman. They get trapped on an elevator, and the film basically takes place on this elevator the entire time. There isn't a lot of build up to getting onto that elevator. You have this actress that is talking to her sister on the phone. It's storming out and she's in an old hotel and she gets on this elevator immediately and she's stuck on this elevator with this other man. And this man, he seems like he's really creepy. He seems like he would be the stalker type of guy. And that's really what this film really relies on. It really plays out more so like a play. The dialogue is very read like a play. I would say the acting is okay. I think at certain times there are some elevation of acting from both actor and actress. The film, it does have some flashbacks and some flash forwards, and Bret Hart, the wrestler, is in this, but he's only in the film for about a minute or two. He has a cameo appearance where you have the actress that has taken over for this film because the girl that she took over for has mysteriously disappeared, and that's a very big centralized focus on this film. You have a lot of discussing about where she possibly went, and you have this actress that took over for her in this film, and you have this cameo scene where this woman is fighting with Bret Hart over a nude scene. So that's the only time that you see Bret Hart on screen. I found it interesting that before this movie starts, they lay out some facts. So 1 in 6 women are apparently stalked. 1 in 19 men are apparently stalked. And a half of those are people that were in relationships who are stalking them. So that was really interesting that they actually laid that out before the film. In this film, they do try to be kind of clever with the twist. And I think for some, they may see it coming, and others, they may think, oh, I didn't see this coming. But I will say that if you're not a fan of one set films, and in this case, it's in an elevator the whole time, and I have to say there are certain points where they do use the elevator very effective, and they kind of amp up the fear and sort of the tension that is in that elevator. But I don't really always feel like they really do that. Like there are parts where you just feel like they're on a stage and they're reciting their lines, and it doesn't feel like anything really is really creating tension at that point. But there are certain points, and I would say about the hour mark, where we start to get a little bit more of revealing as to what has happened between both characters. And I think that really does elevate the film a little bit more. But I also think to that point, when we get that reveal and what is really happening, which is about around the hour mark, I think that the film, it kind of slows down and it loses momentum at points, and it feels a little bit long because this is a 90-minute film. And I think they could have trimmed off maybe 15 minutes of this film, possibly even 20 minutes. Mainly because it just goes on a little bit too long for me. I don't think this is a film that I would ever revisit, but I think overall it's a film that if you're really okay with a one setting, centralized location, you may enjoy this film. But for me, I thought it was a meh kind of film. It's not a film that I would ever revisit, and I would only recommend it for people that really like this kind of setting. If you're really into stage play, if you really like play kind of dialogue, you will really enjoy this film. And of course, if you like thriller films and you like a little bit of guessing, you may enjoy this film as well. I would give a score of this film a 2 out of 5. It's a meh film. It's not a film that I would revisit, but I did feel at points that it could have ended a little bit earlier and they could have chopped off a little bit of that runtime. But those are my thoughts on Stalker. Let me know in the comments, what did you think about this film? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Is it something that you would check out if you haven't checked it out already? Thank you guys for watching this review, and I will see you guys on my next review.